What? You were expecting another Christmas song? Well, too bad. You only get one Christmas song each year. Maybe I should have sang the Christmas song on the week that was closer to Christmas than the one I actually did that on. But keep in mind, it was very freaking dark, and it was about really dark themes, so maybe it's better that I don't sing it again. Anyway, this is... but before I do that, before I reveal what show, I should clarify that this is the final episode of the year! Yes, of 2015, because 2015 is about to get fucked in the ass by 2016! Yes, it's happening! Oh, a lot of people prefer not to think it that way, but it's happening still! And so I present to you the final instance in 2015 where I say this is the Super Vlillain vlogs. Well, that sounded like a cheerleader thing. Man, these are just getting so divisive now. I gotta change these calls up sometimes. Anyway, yes, so this, of course, marks the season finale of several shows. Many of them. Yes, we see a season finale of Arrow, of Flash, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But first, let's cover the first season finale of the week. And of course, that is Supergirl. Yes, Supergirl. Yes, and this, what a way to go out this year with the first season finale of, mid-season, did I say season finale? I meant mid-season finales for all. I know it shouldn't be made that much of a big deal about, because, like, oh, they're just having, like, a teensy whiny break. But keep in mind, that's glorious for me, because, good God, I've been doing this shit non-stop since I started in September. Okay, maybe that's not completely true because of that gap there, but I made up for it, so I made the equivalent of non-stop till since mid-September. That is very arguable and debatable, but whatever the hell, the point is that Supergirl, the way Supergirl goes out for this year is by having her be powerless this episode, like a normal human being. Oh, where she's very weak, and the way she's weak is that she's like us. Hey, I take that as an insult. What the hell? I resemble that remark. Anyway, but I don't care. What's important is that this means it's the perfect chance for villains to get their villain on, yes! Oh, I can't wait to see how they take advantage of this opportunity. Oh, really, just one did. Really one. Jim did. You truly outrageous! No, not that Jim. Not the Jim who did really bad in the box office to the point where they had to remove it from the theaters really quick and is probably on Blu-ray like yesterday already. No, not that Jim. A different Jim. Yes, Jim, as in an evil, alien villain from the comic books. Yes, this is what I was hoping for. This is what I was expecting Supergirl to do, to utilize the fact that they have access to all this huge, vast library of super villains at their disposal, and it's from a realm that's very cherished. It's a realm referred to as the alien villains, they can use, because Arrow's too busy being grounded and Flash is too busy being super-powered human-based, meta-human. So that means we've got Supergirl to supply all of the alien villains. And so far they haven't been really utilizing that much. So hopefully they kick it into high gear really soon. You know, as the show progresses, we'll get some bigger and better, more well-known alien supervillains, such as Starro and Despero and King Zero. Well, sure, just just put in Mr. Mitzelplick while you're at it. For the hell of it, just for the fun. Mr. Mitzelplick, with Howie Mandel, reprising his role because that's what they like to do. Anyway, yes. So who do we get until then? Well, we get Jim. Now, apparently, the idea of this character is that he's basically like an evil version of Martian Manhunter. Basically like an evil doppelganger. He's not the same as Martian Manhunter. He's not like literally an evil doppelganger. He's just similar to Martian Manhunter. Similar enough to be an arch nemesis. Well, that's silly. Why would you introduce a Martian Manhunter villain in this show that does not have Martian Manhunter in it? You silly Billy Goose. Oh, wait a minute, Arrow has tons of Batman villains. So why should I judge them using this character then? Fine, Jim. You have your fun, Jim. You looking like a Star Trek character, you. Oh, yes, Jim. Yes. But what's important is that, does Jim look like he does in the comic books? Well, we don't know for sure because in this episode he's only in his prison garb. Come on, Jim, you escaped. You're running amok throughout the DEA or whatever the hell it's called. At least it's more rememberable than whatever the hell the one is in S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, yes, you could wear anything you want, man. You have all this fashion to you. Don't just stay with this garb. You gotta accessorize, okay? Alright. Make sure you accessorize after you're done escaping DEA. Oh no, he doesn't! Oh no! He never gets the chance to change into a different wardrobe because he gets killed by Hank Henshaw. Well, at least it's for a good cause, because, this means that Hank Henshaw, it's to show more of Hank Henshaw's badassness, what with his potential of being a full-on super villain. Yes, yes, because we know he's eventually going to turn out to be a super villain, what with his glowing red eyes and whatnot. Obviously, he's either already Cyborg Superman or whatever, but time will come when he reveals himself. Not just yet, though. It's too soon for that. Oh, wait, apparently it's not too soon. Because they decide, you know what? Let's just do it right now. Let's just reveal his origin, his backstory. And they do, and... Oh, no. Oh, shit. Why did I not see this coming? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh no! Why is it always the least expected? No, there's all these characters who I'm not sure is villainy that I always eye at, and I'm like, are you villainous or are you not? But I was always certain about Hanging Shaw. I never suspected doubt in him. I never thought that there was a chance he wouldn't turn out to be a super villain, and I was sadly mistaken with this episode. Instead of the twist regarding his glowing red eyes, instead of the payoff being that he is indeed already Cyborg Superman, instead of doing that, they're like, no, fuck that. No, instead, the origin is that Hank Henshaw has been dead the whole time. They M. Night Shyamalan us. They Bruce Willis us. They tricked us. They bamboozled us into thinking that Hank Henshaw would become the Cyborg Superman, but it turned out he died a long time ago, along with Dean Cain. They're both dead. But wait a minute. It was revealed in the previous episode that Toyman Jr. found out that they both disappeared and then only one came back, and that was Hank Henshaw. Now you're telling me they both died? Then who the fuck is this asshole trying to impersonate Hank Henshaw? Oh, wait a minute. Hank Henshaw is dead, so this guy replaced him. He's got glowing red eyes. He's saying that he's the last of his planet. He's a shapeshifter. Martian Manhunter, you friggin' asshole! Why the fuck are you coming on here in my territory, snatching up Hank Henshaw and replacing him? How could you do that, Martian Manhunter? Yes, it's Martian Manhunter, one of the goody good two shoes of the Justice League. Come in here. What the fuck are you doing here? I thought you were with the Justice League. Why don't you party with them? Why don't you? Instead of sticking up the joint here, you freaking do-gooder superhero, you. Oh, wait a minute. David S. Goyer hates him. Oh, that's why. He hates him. So, David S. Goyer was going on a rant, I remember, and he was all like, I hate Martian Manhunter. He can go fuck himself. Also, She-Hulk can do that. But first I want to have sex with her. I am David S. Goyer. I'm David S. Goyer. And that was my impression of David S. Goyer. Anyway, yes. So because of that, apparently, David S. Goyer has chased Martian Manhunter away from the movies. He's like, go on, scat, go away. And yes, so Martian Manhunter has had to find refuge in Supergirl TV show. Very sad. He's had to find refuge there. Very, you know what? I'm okay with you now. You have my sympathy now. You have my pity that you have to find refuge because of big old bad sexist David S. Goyer. It's understandable, what with David S. Goyer and his big old rage, what with his burning passion to have sex with She-Hulk and hating you and whatnot. So it's fine that you're finding refuge here. But still, that was a horrible letdown, because I was looking forward to Cyborg Superman's glorious villainy he would have offered this show. Well, in the comic books, there's another Cyborg Superman, and that one is Supergirl's papa. So, we can have her papa show up. That would be even more of a glorious, tragic, super villainy story. So maybe this is for the better. And plus, in the comic books, Hank Henshaw had to die before he came back as Cyborg Superman. So maybe that means there's still a chance, the original Cyborg Superman. It just so happens that the version we have seen this whole time is not him. So, until we get the true Hank Henshaw, or not, or some other Cyborg Superman, it is time to release Hank Henshaw away from my observance on this show. I will no longer pay attention to him because he is a goody two-shoes superhero. Very sad and whatnot. So let's see what Supergirl has to deal with not using her powers, since this subplot does not affect her in any way. So what does she deal with instead? Oh, an earthquake. Way to go for the... I wonder how long it had to come up with that one. Well, at least it has the chance for her to realize that she can't save all the time. She has to watch as people die. Well, that's really dark. But the point is, yes, but at least she did get one villain, to foil with, some bank robber guy. Yay, bank robber guy! So anyway, so that was Supergirl, yes, so, yes, that was the, mid-season finale of Supergirl. Wait a minute, what's that? What's that you're saying to me? There's one more episode? There's one more episode till we're over with Supergirl. What? What? Did you know how much they complicate things? I do this all in one bunch each week. But this is the only freaking show that decides to go one extra episode. What the hell? Everyone else is having a break. They're already kicked back and relaxed, enjoying their Christmas vacation. But no, Supergirl has to be that coworker who has to go the extra mile to get the promotion, so they can have Employee of the Month instead of you. But yes, it's true. I can't believe that. I can't believe that I have to wait another week till Supergirl. That means I have to have an extra episode of this show. God damn, I thought this was done. I thought we were done with this. God damn it. If there's only a way to get to the next week faster than before. If only. If only. Hopefully what I said just now doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. Anyway, let's move on to the next superhero show to supply us supervillainy. And of course, that is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, I was very excited about this one because, of course, this is the episode where we finally get to find out what that glorious Inhuman is that has been hyped up. The whole season has been building up to this moment. Yes, at first we thought it was just some throwaway thing where, Simmons remembers something horrible on the other planet. Maybe it's a villain, maybe we'll get to see what it is, but whatever, hopefully. But then turns out, no, this isn't just a minor detail. This is something the whole season is centered on. Oh, because this has to do with the origins of Hydra. The whole reason why they put it together, or at least according to the show, and not the movies. But anyway, yes, so they've been hyping this up, and I'm like, oh my god, I was so right to take note of this, that this could be a potential for main supervillainy, the biggest potential supervillainy of this season, even bigger than Lash or Powers Booth, because now those are the only two sources of villainy we have, so it's time to amp it up with a third. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally find out who this Inhuman is. Now, of course, I have had my money on Hive, yes, the creation of Hydra, to be the flesh representation of Hydra. So that's why I just, and even though it's not an Inhuman, it could be an interesting reversal. So yes, so my theory is that it is the Hive. He is the embodiment of Hydra, the visual embodiment of Hydra, and so that is who I theorize who they are building up to. And what is my answer, TV show? What is my answer? A little leechy thing gets into people's brains and controls them. That's what we've been building up to this whole time? Just a little leechy, wormy thing that gets into people's brains, and that's it? That's the thing? That's it? What? What the fuck? It's like they blew their budget with Lash. They were like, we went over the amount of we have crossed the limit of the amount of cool looking big badass supervillains to use on the show. I'm sorry guys, but it's true. We've exceeded the limit. Only one, and we already used it up on Lash, so we can't use it for the Inhuman who created Hydra. We can't do it, guys. So we're gonna have to so we're gonna have to tighten our belts and come up with a cheap way to pull off this. We're gonna have to do something cheap about it. I know. Let's just have it that this whatever the hell it is just controls people. Instead of having a big badass looking evil monster, instead we're just gonna have it be inside of people's heads. There, that's the way we're gonna do it. We're basically gonna make him like the Thing, except significantly less cool. He just crawls up into people's brains and controls them. And that's how we're going to stay under budget. Yay! Yes, that's what they're doing. Well, to be fair, I mean, we don't exactly completely see this teeny tiny creature, so who knows, maybe he could still look cool. It's just that he's the size of a dachshund hound. He's the size of a dash hound. He's the size of a dachshund, basically. A tiny dog is what a Pomeranian. He's the size of a Pomeranian. So, just because he's the size of a Pomeranian doesn't mean he's not badass or cool looking. So, at least there's that, and, at least there's the confirmation, that he's there. But, wait, just 1 minute. Wait a minute. You were hyping this up as an inhuman. How the fuck is this an inhuman? It's just an octopus. It's just like a literal octopus thing. Some kind of literal octopus. When Powers Booth was hyping up to Ward that their symbol is the octopus, I thought that what that meant is that the inhuman resembles an octopus on the face, sort of like Cthulhu-esque, which is why I theorized the Hive, because that's what the Hive is. He's kind of got that Cthulhu look going on there, He's kind of like, he looks kind of like, he looks kind of like Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean films, if Davy Jones decided to take some steroids and do some acid and be all cool with letting his hair go and whatnot. So that's who I thought it was. I thought it was the Hive, but I thought it was octopus-like. I didn't know he was a literal octopus. I didn't know he actually was an octopus, like literally just a regular-sized octopus. What the fuck? What the hell? What is this? The Super Bowl where you ask an octopus who's gonna win the World Cup. I don't know why I said Super Bowl, but yes, World Cup. You're like, hey octopus, who's gonna win the World Cup? And the octopus is like, I am a German octopus, and I'm going to die now. Yeah, I made a sports reference, guys. Did you hear that? I made a sports joke. Octopus. Anyway, yes. So apparently the glorious inhuman that we've been building up this whole time is literally an octopus. Not an octopus-like creature, not an octopus monster. Literally an octopus. Just a literal octopus. The actual size and everything. Yay? I guess? I don't know. I mean, one way to look at this is that maybe this is still a chance for Hive, like maybe his final form, like, oh, this isn't even my final form, that meme. Maybe that's the case that's going on here. Maybe this is not his final form. Maybe his final form is becoming a giant octopus man. Not Dr. Octopus, that's artificial tentacles. No, I'm talking about the real deal here, the real deal. Yes, a real deal octopus man. So maybe that's the chance for him to still be the Hive? Maybe there is. Possibly. Hopefully. But at the same time, maybe not. Maybe it's just some octopus that gets in people's heads. So maybe that's why, Hydra decided to make that their symbol. It's not symbolism. It's literally their leader is literally a skull with an octopus in it. That's literally what's going on. That is literally the case. They just decided to take that symbol. The writers just were flat out of ideas, and they're like, hey, why don't we just take some drugs, and then we'll realize, like, hey, what if... So after they took their drugs, then they realized, hey, man, what if Hydra, dude, what if Hydra turned out the whole time that their leader, like their real leader, what if their real leader, you know how the Hydra logo is a skull with an octopus in it? What if their leader, for reals, what if their leader actually was an octopus inside of a skull? What if that literally was it? What if it was literally a skull with an octopus in it? Isn't that totally cool? Hey, why are you writing that down? Oh, you're gonna actually use it for the show. That's so funny, dude. And that's exactly what happened. That is how we got this. Now, keep in mind, we don't know the name of this creature still, so there still could be some hope. But what's important is that this is what we're getting whether we want it or not. So let's, so we're going to have to get used to it. We're going to have to get used to this being our big bad, and Powers Booth looking to him, answering to him. So now he will ask him who is going to win the World Cup. But in all seriousness, let's talk about how we got led up to this revelation. First, we got this giant statue of the Hydra symbol, once again reminding me what could have been instead. And then we get this whole civilization that we never saw before. Well, what the fuck? What's all that about? I hope that's from the comic book, because I'm tired of pulling this out of our asses, okay? Answer me this, Will, now that Fitz has finally found him, so he can begrudgingly allow him to continue cock-block him. Man, I'm too harsh with that. Whoops. But anyway, yes, but yeah, so what do you say about that, Will? Oh, wait a minute. It turns out Will is dead! Yay! Yay! I bet you're so happy, Fitz. I bet you're so happy. Oh, you're not happy. Okay, but, maybe you'll use this to prolong your inevitability of being a supervillain, but we'll see about that. I don't know why I keep insisting that he's a supervillain now. I mean, he keeps not being after all these chances to be one, so I don't know, man. Maybe I should lay off him a little bit, maybe, but there's still that looming possibility. But yeah, this kind of takes it back a little bit, because his competition is dead. It's freaking dead. He's dead. And the twist to reveal that is that Fitz believes that he has saved Will on this planet, but then he realizes, wait a minute, you don't have a flag on your face and you're not taking any drugs. Get it? Because his name is Will and he's in the MCU. But anyway, yes. But then he realized, wait a minute. Your leg is deteriorating and it's all bony and stuff, and you're traumatizing all the kids who think this is a kid show, and all the adults who think this is a kid show are like, oh sweet, bones and stuff sticking out of legs. So yes, it turns out that the way this alien takes over people is when they're dead, he inhabits their heads. And it turns out that Will died trying to save Simmons. Yes, so not only is it going to be extremely sad when she finds out that that Will is dead, but also Will died sacrificing his life for her. Way to make this a whole lot worse than it already was. Yes. And so his body became a host for this octopus thing, whatever the hell it is. It became his host. But then Fitz is like, hey, I'm gonna let out my frustrations by aiming a flare gun at you and exploding you to death. Yes, he sets him ablaze. He sets Will ablaze. Maybe that's therapeutic. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit, I don't know. But yeah, so he sets him ablaze and he's freaking on fire now. Oh, I'm on fire. Yes. So he dies, and the little octopus thing is shown to get out just a little bit. He gets out his tentacles, all coming out of the charring corpse, the corpsey corpse. Looks just like T.J. Miller in Transformers 4. Spoiler alert. Whoopsie doodle doo. But anyway, so the octopus is like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of this body. Who am I gonna inhabit next? Oh, wait a minute. It just so happens that there is conveniently another corpse for me to inhabit. Yay! And who is this other corpse, you ask? Well, dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. We are gathered here today to celebrate the life of a fellow supervillain. He was a young man filled with dreams and determination. He had very simple goals in mind, restarting Hydra in his own image. He started out is just some pretty boy that we all ignored because there were several other interesting characters besides him. But then he revealed to us that he was a bad boy, and so he got our attention ever since. And we watched him We watched him grow from just a little henchman of the asshole from Aliens to growing into his own villain, his own full-fledged villain, making friends with girls who can shape their face into any person they want. And so he grew. He decided he was going to take over Hydra. His dreams were shattered when he found out that someone else was taking over Hydra. Powers Booth, who led him down a path that eventually resulted in his downfall. A path that included getting rid of a character who we thought was a villain but turned out not to be. But what was important was that it was a chance for Coulson to finally do it in, to finally do him to death. And so Grant Ward, Agent Grant Ward of S.H.I.E.L.D. formerly, Hydra currently, Grant Ward met his end. He met his end when he was killed by Coulson. Coulson pressed his chest very, very slowly, without a whim, because he has a robot hand, and he pressed his chest. And so Ward has passed away. Ward is no longer with us. He has gone in that great villain convention in the sky with all the other greats. He is up there with Red Skull and Ronan the Accuser and all kinds of jokers, and he's up there having a ball, and he's doing great. And what's important is that maybe he's happy now. And so we honor him by having his lifeless corpse being repurposed into the shell of this tiny octopus thing. I'm okay with it. I'm fine with that. Okie dokie. Fine. Whatever. It's like they're having their cake and eat it too. You know, they feel that they're done with the Ward story arc. They're like, okay, we're done with Ward's story arc. It's time to kill him off. But then they realize, no, wait a minute. We still want him here because, we don't want too much status quo change. So let's contrive a way where he's both dead and not dead at the same time. And you know what? I kind of saw this coming, honestly. I kind of saw this coming a little bit. I mean, it didn't turn out the way it actually turned out, but I actually thought, you know what? What if Ward bites it in this episode? And what if they just keep that actor by having the alien impersonate him? But of course, that's kind of what happened, but not exactly. Instead, what happened was he did die, like I theorized, but instead of the alien impersonated him, it just crawled inside of his body and controlled him. Like now he has a man suit. Now he's like that villain from the first Man in Black movie. Now he's got a fancy Ward suit, and he's gonna strut through the town. And he's gonna be like, staying alive, ha 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 ha, stay alive. I'm like Ward, but I'm inside of Ward. Yes, he's got a Ward suit now. Isn't he so fancy in his fancy pants Ward suit? So yes. Now, you might be thinking that I'm a little sad about this. What with this eulogy I just gave? And you know what, I am. That's why I gave a eulogy. But at the same time, I think it was time for him to go. I think it was time, They kept contriving ways for him to still be the villain of the show, even though we're like, this is the friggin' Marvel Universe. We can do a lot cooler than you, Ward. And of course, a lot of people knew this, and so they're like, oh, maybe he's someone from the comic books. Oh, maybe he's Taskmaster. I bet he's Taskmaster. He's Taskmaster. I bet he's totally Taskmaster. He's Taskmaster for sure. He's Taskmaster! Well, guess what, guys? Nope, he's not. He's not Taskmaster. He sure as hell's not gonna be this time around, because he can't be Taskmaster with an octopus in his side of his brain, you silly billy gooses. So yep, he's good as dead, and he's got an octopus inside of his brain, and now that's gonna be the villain of this show. Yes, I'm perfectly fine with this. And who knows? Maybe this means that that the octopus thing will use Wars' body to create the Hive. That could be awesome. That could be your payoff for War possibly being from the comic books, just by making him the Hives. By saying, screw you guys, you thought you were gonna get Spider-Woman, and instead we got you Quake, a character much less people have heard of, and now we're gonna do the same exact thing with Ward. You thought you were getting Taskmaster, instead you're getting the Hive, and you can't do nothing about it. Kiss our asses. So you know what, this is promising. I like this. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yes, so I'm fine with this, even if we do have an actual octopus instead of an octopus-like monster. It's still gonna be freaking weird and whatnot, but whatever, it's fine, it's cool, it's all cool in the hood, it's all fine and whatnot, so I'm okay with this. I am really okay with this. Okie dokie dokie. But the only thing I'm not okay with is, how is this still an Inhuman exactly? Because he doesn't look like he ever was an Inhuman. He looks like an octopus. So is he an in-octopus? Is he an intopus? Is he an in-octo-in or human or something? I don't know what the fuck's going on there. But then again, we do have that bulldog thing and in the royal family of Inhumans, so, all fair game right there, so who knows? Anyway, so that wraps it up for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the first half of this season, and now, excuse me, I'm going to wait until March for more episodes. Yes, because much like last season, they're going to wait till March because they gotta air all of Agent Carter first. Yes, because Agent Carter is starting back up. She's up for another go-round. Yes, maybe this time they'll utilize more from the library of classic supervillains. Classic old-timey supervillains. Yes. Ooh. I don't know why the hell they don't just air both episodes like on the same night, or coincide like how Arrow and Flash does it. No, they're like, no, we can only have one at a time. So you're gonna have to wait, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You're gonna have to wait until we're all done with Agent Carter. So anyway, yes, let's move on over. So we're done with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. until many months away. Yeah, at least this is less infuriating than the previous season, because then we were like, what the hell did Raina turn into? What the fuck did she turn into? Only to be disappointed when it turned out to be some porcupine girl. So anyway, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with a much less, riveting cliffhanger, because it means, the less big the cliffhanger, the less agonizing the wait is, always look at the bright side of life. Da-doo, 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 da-doo. Alright, now let's move on over to The Flash. Yes, now, of course, this episode tripled up their supervillainy, but I'm not gonna talk about it because they have set their own personal vlog for this occasion. And it's not just a vlog, it's something a little bit else. It's an intervention! And of course, you guys probably already know what I'm talking about. Of course, you're probably already knowing who this intervention is for and what's it about. It's some very personal things. I'll let them explain it. It's a little bit too personal for me to talk about. I'm going to respect their privacy. I'm going to respect their personal space. And instead, I'm going to talk about Zoom's personal space, because he's in this episode and he continues to remind Dr. Wells that he has his daughter, Jessie Quick, and Jessie Quick, of course, is a superhero. So I'm like, yeah, you know what, Zoom, do whatever the hell you want. Because I don't give a fuck. Kill her or not kill her. And those are the only options I give you because I'm not a douche. So I'm like, you know what, I don't really give a damn about that. But what I do give a damn is that Wells is like, hey, will do anything you want, Zoom, I'll do anything. I will help you, take away Barry's Speed Force. Speed Force! Oh no! Oh yes, so it turns out that this Wells is also evil too! Okay, well, he's not evil, he's doing this against his will, of course, but at least that means that he's carrying the legacy from the other Wells, who turned out not to be Wells the whole time. But still, it's carrying the legacy of deceiving Barry. It's good to know the legacy lives on. Oh, yes, good to know indeed. Oh, yes, so I know that was really short, but that's because I'm deferring it all to this week's vlog. So let's move on over to the other DC show, and the final show to talk about this year, I think, probably Arrow, yes, Arrow. Also having its mid-season finale. And so, what do they do for their mid-season finale? Oh, they continue to show off Damien Dark. God, fuck. How many times must I tell you I am not interested in Damien Dark? God damn it. I mean, to be fair, I did a little bit more research on Damien Dark recently, and I found out that, I guess he kind of earned it a little bit, because apparently he's credited for turning Hive more evil than they previously were. Except, still, he barely lost in the comic book, so, you know what, maybe that warrants him having a role similar to Brother Blood's role in season 2 of Arrow. Like that's what I see for this guy. Not the big bad treatment, not the treatment where he's the biggest be-all end-all supervillain. That's not what I want. I mean, he has proven himself now that after I did the research, he is warranted, I guess, kind of a high spot up there in villainy, but not all the way. Not all the friggin' way. God damn it. Yeah, and of course, to cement his power as be-all and all supervillain, he does the cliche supervillain thing of interrupting a party, being a party pooper, and abducting a whole bunch of Arrow supporting characters, and he takes them and he puts them in these chambers, in these gas chambers. Oh no, he's gonna gas them. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's kind of do you want to tell us, Damien Dark, something? Do you want to tell us something that you're a Nazi or something? I didn't know you were that super villainous. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just know what you're doing with that, because I mean, I know you don't want to pull out the too soon card for that, but still, yes, apparently he's using that for something other than killing people, because he uses this experiment on one guy, and he's like, I am using this as an experiment to evolve people or something. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Damien Dark? Why are you, what the hell are you doing? You're being all ambiguous. Just tell us. I'm just fucking tired of all this. Oh, all according to the plan, my glorious plan. What the fuck is the plan? I don't even know anymore. I know it's something has to do with like combining science with magic, but what the fuck is going on? I don't know anymore. Is your evil plan growing corn all over the place? If you build it, they will come. What the fuck is your be-all end-all plan that you're a corn farmer now and you're making corn all the time, and you're showing all your fellow business people your corn? Look at my corn, isn't it beautiful corn, or whatever the fuck you're growing? I'm not even sure if it's corn anymore. Maybe it's weed. That's a little bit more understandable. I could understand that. I totally could. But then, oh boy, you redeemed yourself, Damien Dark. You finally stopped being all confusing, and you finally did something concrete. And what did he do that was all concrete? He ordered a friggin' hit on Arrow and Felicity. He ordered a bunch of people to gun them down in a limousine. But still, yes, and not only while they're doing this, they slowly cut to the fact that, he has a family. That's so adorable. He's got like a family. I just hope he doesn't spam my Facebook with all of his pictures like, hey, here's my family out in supper time. We're at the Waffle House. LOL, hashtag smiley face. Hopefully he doesn't do that. Yes, we see that, Damien Dark. You have a family. I get it. You want to be all sympathetic, so people can relate to you, so that they'll be all sad when Arrow is left with the opportunity to kill you, and they'll be like, no, don't do it. He has a family, and I'm all like, they'll move on. They'll find other things. You know, it's okay in my book. I mean, granted, I never had a family, so I don't know what it's like, but you know, that's just me speaking. I'm Bloodnofsky. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. We need room for a cooler villain. So stop making this one all sympathetic. You're gonna make it harder to kill him off, like they need to do, so we can get some cooler blood in here, like goddamn Prometheus up in this era. Yeah, Prometheus, way cooler than this douche. Well, at least he's a douche with a family, so he's a noble douche. But anyway, what the point is that they coincided this with the image of Arrow, and so he ducks and covers, and he gets away from the limousine that's being gunned down, and he comes out of it unscathed, of course, because he's Arrow, and he's got plot armor. But wait a minute, someone else did not come out of this unscathed. Felicity! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, calm down. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump into conclusions. Don't jump to it. Okay. They ended right there, so there could still be a chance she comes to life. Okay, just calm down. Okay, don't celebrate too quickly. I jumped the gun last season, and I celebrated way too quickly when it turned out she was still alive. So I have to calm down. Don't jump the gun too quickly. Don't jump it. There still could be the chance that she survives. And if she does, it's going to be a huge piss off to the fans. But you know, this show has pissed them off before, so I wouldn't see them above doing this kind of thing. We're like, hey, we tricked you. Felicity is still alive. Kiss our asses. Just calm down. You can't jump to conclusions just yet, Bloodnofsky. Calm down. Okay. So there is a chance that she's dead. Oh, I'm so excited. But I still have to calm down, because there still might be the chance she's still alive. So I can't jump to conclusions just yet. Oh man, but they show her tombstone in the preview for the next for the next episode. They don't show her tombstone, but they do show the tombstone that the series flashed forward to at the beginning of the season. So if they show that in the next episode, not next week's episode, because it's going to be next year's episode. Well, at least it's not the time gap that you would think of it is by me saying that, but still, they could still be, this could be for a huge letdown, a huge mislead, a huge message for the fans to kiss the writer's ass, and producer's ass, and showrunner's ass. So we all just have to calm down. We just all have to not jump out the guns too quickly. But it's so tempting to celebrate. Oh my god! Now, I know I'm not giving the benefit doubt to all the fans out there that do love Felicity, so I'm gonna say this. Screw you guys, because I'm about to get my wish. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. But one can hope. But I can't be too celebrating, because, as I said, I might be setting myself up for disappointment. So I have to be precautious about this. I have to be cautious and just be patient. Just be patient. I'll lose my shit if it's confirmed. If it's confirmed in the next episode. So I have to be patient. All right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna be patient. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not going to prepare a happy dance, but I'm so looking forward to practicing one. But I'm not going to do it, because it might not be for naught, because it might not be her. They might bamboozle us. They might be someone else. They might do a switcheroo. So I just have to. All we have to do is just calm down. We just have to be patient and look to the future and just wait. We just have to wait and wait And wait. Oh, I'm gonna think about this all Christmas. But you know what? No. I can't let this ruin my Christmas. I have to be diligent. And I have to keep my mind off that and keep in the Christmas spirit. Because guess what, guys? It's the Christmas break now. Yes, I am done with all the episodes. Yay! Oh, but there's still that Supergirl episode. Oh, like I said before, I wish I could just flash forward to next week where I can talk about it, so that now I can be done with the year, and now I can look forward to the Christmas break. But nope, I've still got one more to go, and then I will have my glorious Christmas break. Oh yes. Baby Jesus Christ, not again!
Yes, you goddamn right it's again. Merry fucking Christmas.
Oh God. Let me guess, you're gonna take me out of time again.
Of course we're gonna do that. Did you really think I wouldn't have noticed that you're back in the present? Of course I'd fix that.
Well, what took you so long? Half the season is over. Right when I was about to have another break, not only did an evil speedster come back, but now there's two of them!
Allow me to introduce to you my compadre Zoo. I keep telling everyone, I'm Professor Zoo. Everybody knows your PhD is invalid. That's why they don't call you Professor anymore, just Zoo. But listen to me, Reverse Flash. I am only here for business. Strictly business. Alright? Yeah, whatever. So I have no time for you to gloat about this. I need to take Bloodnofsky back now. He needs to meet his destiny. Yeah, whatever. But hey, might as well have a little bit of fun with it.
Stop with your evil banter. If you're gonna ruin my vacation again, then just do it already.
What, aren't you curious as to how both of us are here? After all, you kept wondering, last time you saw me, how I could be right in front of you when I clearly died in the last Flash season finale.
Yes, I have been pondering that, but I don't care anymore. Just take me to another goddamn place so I can learn another lesson and then get rescued by Graviton.
He's not gonna have to do that this time.
Why not?
Because you're not going in the past. You're going to the future! I knew he'd go out whimpering. So, I guess that means that I'm now the host of this show. What's it called again? Oh, that's right. Super Villain Video Vlogs, whatever that's called. Well, since this episode seems a little bit incomplete, maybe I should complete it. After all, the gas mask guy was complaining about how he wanted to finish it off, even though there's one extra episode he didn't get to. Well, since I'm from the future, it just so happens that I've seen that episode in the archives. I'm a little hazy on the details. Let me see if I can try to remember it. Yes, it's that Supergirl episode, yes. It was Christmas 2015 when that Supergirl episode aired. Yes, I remember vividly now. It was the big reveal of Non, yes, because apparently Non is gonna be our, replacement of Zod. Oh, which is perfectly fine. You know, Non is pretty badass, and he's more fierce than Zod, although a little bit stupid. So let's see how their version of Non did. Oh ho ho! Well, what do you know? It turns out that their version of Non is exactly like Zod. The only thing that makes him Non is that he's called Non. Other than that, they might as well just call him Zod. Or even Zaxxar. In fact, I think that's the one that makes the most sense, if they just made this Zaxxar. But nope, they decided to go with Non. And he's nothing like Non. He doesn't even have facial hair like Non. There's absolutely no reason he should be here. And yet he is. So what does Non do? Well, it turns out that he is married to, man, I am from the future and even I don't remember her name. Supergirl's evil aunt, whatever the hell. I'm sure she's got some kind of name that makes it obvious she's going to be a villain, and yet everyone's surprised when she is, especially Supergirl in the flashback. Oh, well, anyway, yes, So, since Non is in the show, that means that he is more antagonistic than what we thought of Supergirl's aunt, because it turns out that Supergirl's aunt is such a empathetic character, and she really cares for Supergirl and whatnot, and Supergirl really cares for her and whatnot, and all that, and it's all about how they must, look past their feelings for each other to, get the job done on both cases. So I can understand all that, that's all fine and good, but if you're gonna do that to that character, then why instead make it a lot less complicated by being like, oh, we can easily just fix that up by having her be the minor secondary villain. So it'll be easier for Supergirl to not defeat her, to not kill her. Just give it all over to Non. But that's okay. Supergirl's father in the comic books becomes Cyborg Superman, and I think we're in dire need of that guy, since it turns out that old Hank Kinshaw died years ago and was replaced by some green guy. So anyway, yes, so now that we've found that out, we get a little bit more with old Non trying to invade the premises of Maxwell Lords' place and whatnot. Non is doing his thing, and he's accompanied by a bunch of fellow evil Kryptonians and whatnot, and it all brings to mind as to why all this Kryptonian crisis is happening, what with these supervillains from Krypton, and yet Superman has no involvement in this whatsoever. Not that I like Superman anyway, but I do like seeing his ass beat. But nope, he's not here, even though he should be, because this directly deals with him. I mean, directly. I mean, there's really no reason you should be doing this if you're not going to have Superman there, since he's just a few cities away. But anyway, yes, so how exactly does this all go down then? This big conflict at Maxwell's place. Well, now Maxwell seems to get his ass kicked, but that's okay, he's still up and at him. But anyway, but what I find interesting is that there's a bunch of other supervillains there, a bunch of fellow aliens that don't really seem Kryptonian, and that's interesting. We got a guy who can open himself up and produce clones, and we've got this lady who can exude toxic fumes from her mouth. I'd like to see more expounded on those villains, thank you very much, since Non has been turned into just some generic type supervillain. So what about the other guys? They're more interesting. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because it all ends with a cliffhanger. Just a cliffhanger, so we don't know exactly. For all we know, Supergirl's aunt is still in jail, still held at the agency, or whatever the hell it's called, the organization, the DEA, I think it's called. Well, fine, whatever. I never really cared for that show when it was on anyway, hundreds of years ago. I was always into the modern stuff, like Arrow, which is still on the air in my time. So I think that just about does it for 2015 with the super villain whatever video blogs. I still don't care about the name. But you're probably still wondering something. How the hell am I here when I was clearly erased from existence in Season 1 of Flash? Well, you probably thought, along with Bloodnofsky, you were probably under the assumption that I was Professor Zoom instead I was Hunter Zolomon. But as you can see, Hunter Zolomon, or whoever the hell this version of Zoom is someone else, as he just left with good old Gas Mask Boy. So, that begs the question as to, who am I then? Am I the original Eobard Thawne come back to existence somehow? But how is that possible? Well, I'll tell you how it's possible. You see, I am not that Eobard Thawne you saw at the end of that finale. And I am also not Zoom, nor am I Hunter Zolomon. If you want to get the real answer as to who I am, then you're gonna have to wait till 2016.